When I was younger, I had a list: a city skyline apartment, a car that turned heads, a job people talked about, a life that looked impressive from far away. I thought happiness would arrive all at once, like some package I'd finally earned. Back then, more always sounded better. More money, more plans, more ambition, more reasons to keep running. I never asked myself what happens if I actually get there. Funny thing is, the older I get, the smaller the dream becomes. Everything I wanted got smaller somehow. A quiet morning, a slower heart, good people around, a table by the water, a conversation that lasts longer than the battery on my phone. Everything I wanted got smaller somehow, and life got bigger because of it. Last Sunday, I spent the whole afternoon doing absolutely nothing. No schedule, no checklist, no goals, just sunlight through a window and a book I never finished. And honestly, it felt better than most things I've worked for. Maybe peace was never hiding at the top of a mountain. Maybe it was sitting beside me the entire time, waiting for me to stop looking elsewhere. The world keeps telling us to want more, but nobody talks enough about enough. How beautiful enough can be when you finally recognize it. Everything I wanted got smaller somehow. A place to breathe, a place to rest, a place where nobody needs anything from me. A lake, a mountain, a warm cup of coffee, a few people I love. Everything I wanted got smaller somehow, and maybe that's what growing up is. I thought I was chasing a bigger life. Turns out I was searching for a quieter one. The coffee's been sitting on the table for an hour. Nobody seems concerned. The couple by the water hasn't moved much either, just watching sunlight dance across the lake. Back home, everything felt urgent. Every email, every meeting, every deadline, every notification demanding attention. But somehow none of that made the trip here. Nobody's in a hurry here. Nobody's racing next year. Nobody's measuring life against somebody else's timeline. The mountains don't care how productive I've been, and honestly, that's exactly what I needed. Nobody's in a hurry here. I met an old man reading the same book for 3 afternoons straight. Not because he reads slowly, but because he wasn't trying to finish anything. I couldn't stop thinking about that. How long has it been since I've done something without turning it into a goal? Maybe not everything needs to become something. Nobody's in a hurry here. Nobody's chasing a better version of themselves every second. Nobody's building a personal brand. The water keeps moving, the clouds keep drifting, and somehow that seems enough. Maybe the secret isn't doing more. Maybe it's noticing more. The sound of the wind, the warmth of the sun, the taste of the coffee before it gets cold. Nobody's in a hurry here, and for the first time in years, neither am I. The future can wait, the world can spin without me chasing it for one afternoon. I get to simply exist, and that feels like freedom. The coffee finally went cold. Nobody cared, including me. I used to carry notebooks full of timelines and goals, 5-year plans, color-coded dreams. Every year mapped out, like if I organized it enough. Nothing could go wrong. Back then I thought life happened at the finish lines. I thought happiness lived in future versions of myself. The promotion, the apartment, the next city, the next chapter. Always somewhere ahead, just beyond reach. Always waiting for me to catch up. But nobody ever told me the best parts wouldn't be scheduled. The life between plans was the part that mattered most. The conversations after midnight, the roads we took by accident, the people we weren't supposed to meet, the afternoons that disappeared too fast. The life between plans was quietly becoming my life. The whole time I never planned to stay out by the lake that evening. Never planned to miss the last train home. Never planned for that conversation to stay with me for years. Funny how the memories that shaped us most usually start with "that wasn't supposed to happen." Looking back, the milestones blur together, the dates, the numbers, the accomplishments. But I remember the smell of rain on warm pavement, a friend laughing so hard they couldn't finish a sentence, the sunlight through a cafe window on a day I almost skipped. Maybe life doesn't happen where we expect it to. The life between plans was the part that mattered most. Not the achievements, not the timelines, not the boxes we checked, but the moments we never saw coming. The ordinary days that slowly became the stories we tell for the rest of our lives. Maybe that's why the mountains seem peaceful. They're not trying to become anything. They're just standing there, being exactly what they are. And maybe there's something beautiful in that. Maybe people are the same. The life between plans was never a distraction. It was never wasted time. It was never the space between the important things. It was the important thing. The friendships, the sunsets, the unexpected turns, the moments we almost overlooked. The life between plans was life itself. I still make plans, I probably always will, but now I leave a little room for the things that can't be planned. I used to picture it so clearly. A corner office, a packed calendar, a phone that never stopped ringing. People saying my name like it meant something, like I'd finally become who I was supposed to be. I spent years following a map I never stopped to question. Every step felt important, every sacrifice justified, because the destination had to be worth it, right? But somewhere along the road, the picture started changing. The life I thought I wanted isn't the life I want now. Funny how perspective changes when you're standing in it. Maybe I don't need everything I used to dream about. Maybe peace was always worth more than applause. The life I thought I wanted led me somewhere better. Not bigger, not louder, not richer, not faster, just more real. The kind of days that don't look impressive online, but somehow feel complete. The older I get, the more I trust quiet things. Long walks, old friends, slow mornings, unexpected sunsets. The moments nobody photographs, but somehow remember forever. Maybe success was never a finish line. Maybe it's waking up without wishing you were somewhere else. Maybe it's looking around and realizing you already have enough. The life I thought I wanted taught me what matters, not the trophies, not the titles, not the things I thought would save me. Just time, just people, just moments, just being here. The life I thought I wanted wasn't a mistake, it was simply the road that brought me home. For years I was chasing a future. Now I'm finally learning how to stay. climbing mountains, we're chasing sunsets. Didn't have some perfect story worth telling at parties. Just another Saturday, coffee getting cold between us, rain tapping softly on the windows, neither of us saying much. You were reading something I wasn't paying attention to. I was staring outside, watching people hurry somewhere. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like I was missing anything. I wasn't checking my phone, wasn't thinking about tomorrow. I was simply there. And that's when it hit me, not all at once, but quietly. I knew it was love when nothing happened. No fireworks, no movie scene, no sudden revelation. Just a quiet afternoon, and somehow that felt bigger than everything. I knew it was love, because for once I wasn't looking for something more. Before you, I thought love was excitement, late night text, big gestures, stories people post online, the kind that look beautiful from a distance but disappear up close. Then you came along and changed the definition. Love became grocery store runs, inside jokes, long drives with no destination. Knowing someone so well, silence feels comfortable. Funny how the most important moments rarely announce themselves. I knew it was love when nothing happened, when the world stayed ordinary and I didn't need it to be anything else. The room was quiet, the rain kept falling, and somehow that was enough. Maybe that's what home is, not a place, not a house, not a city. Maybe it's simply the person who makes you stop searching for somewhere better. I knew it was love when nothing happened, when there was nowhere else. I'd rather be no grand ending, no perfect line, just your hand in mine and a life that suddenly felt right. I knew it was love because the ordinary moments became my favorite ones. The rain eventually stopped, the coffee went cold, you turned another page, and I remember thinking I could stay here forever. I remember sitting in my car outside that apartment building, hands shaking on the steering wheel, thinking my whole life had just fallen apart. Funny how the mind works, it takes one bad day and turns it into forever, one goodbye, and suddenly the future disappears. At least that's what it feels like. There were nights I couldn't sleep, mornings I couldn't eat, weeks that felt like years. I kept telling myself nothing would ever feel normal again, like somehow the story had ended and nobody bothered to tell me what came next, but the sun kept rising, the coffee still got cold. The city kept moving, even when I didn't. And the world didn't end when she left, didn't end when I failed, didn't end when I lost the things I thought I couldn't live without. The mountain still stood there, the river still ran, and somehow so did I. The world didn't end, and neither did I. Last month I found an old photo from the year I thought would break me forever. And honestly, I barely recognized that version of myself. Not because the pain wasn't real, but because healing happened so slowly I didn't even notice. Nobody tells you most recoveries aren't dramatic. There's no movie scene, no sudden breakthrough. Just one day you laugh again and realize you haven't thought about it all afternoon. Maybe resilience isn't strength, maybe it's simply continuing. Even when you don't know how, maybe survival looks quieter than we expected. And the world didn't end when the dream fell apart, didn't end when the door closed, didn't end when I got lost. Life kept unfolding in ways I couldn't see, and everything I thought was over was only changing shape. The world didn't end, it just became something different. I used to think the hardest chapter was the ending. Now I think it was learning. There was another page. Nobody told us the people we'd see every day would slowly become names we only think about sometimes. Nobody told us one random Thursday would end up being the last time we'd all be in the same room. Back then, we thought life would change all at once, but it didn't. It happened quietly, one goodbye at a time. Nobody told us making friends gets harder, not because people get worse, but because everybody gets busy. One moves away, one gets married, one starts a family, and suddenly the group chat gets quiet for reasons nobody meant. And it's strange how the things we worried about were never really the things we'd miss. Nobody told us growing up feels like this. Nobody told us how much we'd miss the people we used to be, the houses we left, the nights we stayed out too late, the dreams we swore we'd never change. Nobody told us some of the best days of our lives We look completely ordinary at the time. Nobody told us success feels surprisingly normal. You spend years chasing something, then wake up the next day still being yourself, still worrying, still wondering what's next. Nobody told us the finish line keeps moving every time you get close. Nobody told us our parents would start looking older until one day you notice it all at once. And suddenly, the people who always seem permanent feel a little more human than they used to. Maybe that's why time feels faster now, because we finally understand it isn't endless. Nobody told us growing up feels like this. Nobody told us how much we'd miss the people we used to be, the songs we played, the roads we drove 100 times without realizing they were memories. Nobody told us life isn't made of milestones, it's made of moments we almost overlook. Nobody told us healing isn't dramatic. Most of the time it's just waking up one day and realizing the thing that used to hurt doesn't hurt quite as much. Nobody told us that peace would become more exciting than being impressive. Nobody told us that enough would someday sound beautiful. Nobody told us growing up feels like this. Nobody told us the little things would matter most. The coffee with old friends, the familiar voices, the random afternoons we thought we'd always have. Nobody told us that one day we'd look around and realize these are the good old days too. Maybe nobody could have told us. Maybe nobody could have told it. Maybe we had to learn it ourselves. 1 year, one memory, one goodbye, one beautiful ordinary day at a time. I found an old picture from when I was 20, standing outside a place I barely remember now. Hair a little longer, eyes a little tired, trying so hard to look like I had a plan. I stared at that version of me for longer than expected. Funny how familiar and unfamiliar he looked, like someone I knew once but haven't seen in years. A stranger wearing my face. And I started wondering what he'd think if he could see me now. The stranger I used to be wouldn't recognize me now, wouldn't know the roads I've taken or the things I've learned somehow. But I think he'd smile if he could see how everything turned out. The stranger I used to be would be proud of me. Back then, every mistake felt permanent, every setback felt personal, every goodbye felt final. He carried the whole future on his shoulders, like one wrong step could ruin everything. I wish I could tell him the things I know now, that most fears don't come true, that most heartbreak heals, that life isn't something you figure out all at once, and nobody really knows what they're doing. We're all just learning, 1 year at a time. The stranger I used to be wouldn't recognize me now, not because I've become perfect, but because I finally slowed down. I stopped trying to become someone else and started becoming myself. If I could sit beside him for one afternoon, I'd tell him to worry less, call home more, take more pictures, stay a little longer in the moments that feel good, because they don't stay forever. The stranger I used to be still lives somewhere inside me, in every dream I chase, in every lesson I carry. We survived things he was terrified of. We made it through the nights he thought would break us. Stranger I used to be, help me become the person I am today. I put the picture back inside the drawer, but not before smiling at the kid who thought he had to have all the answers by now. I remember sitting at 25, thinking everybody else had figured it out. One friend got married, one bought a house, one moved across the country and started over somehow. Meanwhile, I was eating takeout in a tiny apartment, wondering if I missed some important turn. Everybody else seemed certain, I wasn't. Every scroll felt like proof that life was happening somewhere else. Promotions, engagement photos, dream vacations, people posting milestones like checkpoints in a race I never signed up for. Still, I measured myself against them every single day. But the mountains don't compare themselves to the lake, and the lake doesn't rush to become the ocean. We were never late, not once, not even for a moment. We were exactly where we needed to be, learning what we had to learn, becoming who we had to become. Life was never a competition, we just forgot. Nobody starts at the same place, nobody walks the same road. We were never late, we were simply living. A few years later, I met that friend again, the one I thought had everything. Turns out he was terrified too. Turns out success doesn't cancel uncertainty. Turns out everybody carries something they don't post about. Funny how perspective changes when people tell the truth. Looking back now, I wish I had been kinder to that younger version of me, the one who thought every delay was failure. Every wrong turn was permanent. Every setback meant something was wrong. He didn't know yet that life bends in ways we can't predict. Some roads are longer because they lead somewhere worth going. We were never late, not once, not even for a moment. The years weren't wasted, the detours weren't mistakes. The waiting wasn't punishment, it was all part of becoming the person standing here today. We were never late, we just couldn't see it yet. Maybe your timeline was never supposed to look like theirs. Maybe your story needs different chapters. Maybe the life you're building takes longer because it's actually yours. Not borrowed, not copied, not performed, just yours. We were never late. The mountain wasn't moving, the finish line wasn't real, and all those years spent worrying about catching up were years we already belonged to ourselves. We were never late, we were always arriving exactly when we were meant to. Sometimes I think growing up isn't learning how to move faster. Maybe it's finally learning you don't have to. Car didn't have air conditioning, so we drove with all the windows down. Half the songs on the radio were songs we'd probably skip now. $3 in the cup holder, and somehow that felt like plenty back when a Friday night didn't need a plan to be good. The future felt so far away, like something we'd deal with later. We thought we had forever, that's what made it easy. The lake stayed warm until September, and we stayed out longer than we should, talking about places we'd move to, people we'd become, jobs we'd probably hate, dreams we'd probably chase. Nobody knew which parts were true, and honestly, nobody cared. Back then, life felt endless, like the road kept going, no matter which way we turned. It was the last summer we didn't know was the last, back when forever still sounded believable. Before the weddings, before the moving trucks, before everybody started living somewhere else. It was the last summer, and none of us noticed, because we were too busy living it. Somebody brought a cheap guitar, nobody knew all the words, but everybody sang anyway, like confidence was free back then. The photos are blurry now, the memories aren't, and I still remember laughing so hard my stomach hurt over something I can't even remember anymore. Now when we talk, it's birthdays and quick phone calls and promises to meet up soon that somehow become next year, and next year becomes another. I know that's life, I really do, but sometimes I miss when life fit inside a weekend. Funny how the moments that matter most never announce themselves. When they're happening happening. It was the last summer we didn't know was the last, back when every door was open and every road looked possible. Before responsibilities started filling up calendars, before we became people who checked the time. It was the last summer, and somehow that's what made it beautiful. Lately I've been wondering what version of me would still be sitting by that lake. If I could go back, not to change anything, not to fix anything, just to sit there one more evening and pay attention a little more. It was the last summer we didn't know what's the last, and maybe that's the point. Maybe life's best moments don't arrive with fireworks. Maybe they arrive quietly, looking completely ordinary, until years later when you realize you would give anything to have one more day. Just like that, the sun still set, the water still moved, and none of us knew we were already inside a memory. I found an old box in the closet while looking for something else. Movie tickets, a faded postcard, a receipt from a place that probably doesn't exist anymore. Funny how a random Thursday can survive longer than a plan. I held those pieces of paper like they knew something I didn't. Back then, nobody thought we were making memories. We were just trying to make rent, just trying to get through the week, just trying to figure out who we wanted to become. Nobody stopped to say, one day you'll miss this, because when you're living it, you never know what you want back later. We didn't take enough pictures back when life was happening, back when the nights felt endless and everybody was still around. We thought we'd always remember the way the laughter sounded, the names of every place we loved, the stories we tell forever. But time moves quietly, and now I'd give anything for one more photo of a day we thought was ordinary. I remember your apartment, the one with the broken heater, where 6 of us sat on the floor talking about impossible futures. Nobody had money, nobody had answers, but somehow nobody seemed worried about that. We were rich in ways we didn't understand yet. Some people moved away, some got married, some disappeared into busy lives, some became strangers slowly. Not because anything happened, just because years did. And maybe that's the part nobody prepares you for. The hardest goodbyes aren't always spoken. Sometimes they happen without anyone noticing. We didn't take enough pictures back when life was happening, back when we were too busy living to think about looking back. Now all I have are fragments, half-remembered conversations, conversations, a few blurry memories, and songs that take me there again. We thought we'd always have time, that's what everybody thinks, until one day the moment becomes the memory. Lately I've been trying to pay more attention to the people sitting across from me, to the sunlight through the window, to the stupid little jokes that nobody writes down, because maybe these days will be the ones I miss next. Maybe this afternoon will matter someday. Maybe right now is one of the good old days, and we just don't know it yet. So let's take more pictures, not for the internet, not for anybody else, just for us. Let's save the ordinary moments, the coffee cups, the long drives, the tired smiles, the random afternoons. 'Cause life isn't made of the big milestones, it's made of Tuesdays and phone calls, and people who showed up again and again. We didn't take enough pictures, but maybe it's not too late to start now. I looked through that old box for almost an hour, then I called an old friend just to hear his voice, and for a little while it felt like no time had passed at all. Used to wake up to 3 missed calls. Somebody needed something, somebody needed help. Always running somewhere, always fixing problems, always showing up. I used to complain about it, say I never had enough time. Funny how things change. This morning my phone stayed silent, and somehow that felt worse. Made some coffee, sat by the window, watched the city move without me. People heading somewhere, people chasing something, and for the first time in years, nobody was waiting on me. Nobody needed advice, nobody needed a favor, nobody needed me. And I know that sounds selfish, maybe it is, but sometimes being forgotten feels heavier than being tired. Nobody called today, no, how have you been, no, are you free, no, can you help me? Just an empty screen and a quiet room, and too much time to think about who I am when I'm not needed by somebody else. Nobody called today, and I didn't know how lonely that could feel. Maybe I spent too many years building my worth around usefulness, thinking being loved meant being necessary, thinking being important meant staying busy. Maybe that's why silence feels strange, maybe that's why weekends feel longer now. Maybe that's why I keep checking my phone even when I know nobody's calling. I remembered something today, a conversation with my dad. He said, one day you'll realize people don't love you for what you do for them, they love you for who you are. I didn't understand it then, I think I do now. Nobody called today, and maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't need permission to take up space. Maybe I don't need a reason to deserve a place. Maybe I'm allowed to exist without constantly proving my value. Nobody called today, and somehow that taught me more than all the busy years before. The phone never rang, the world kept turning, and for the first time I stayed still long enough to hear myself. There's a place I keep inventing in my head, a little cafe by the water, mountains in the distance, nobody in a hurry, nobody checking the time. Sometimes I think I made it up just because I needed somewhere to go. Monday morning on a crowded train, everybody scrolling through somebody else's life. Same faces, same conversations, same how have you been, and I've been fine. I spent another year chasing numbers, another year trying to get ahead. And somehow the further that I got, the louder everything became. Every notification feels urgent, every dream became a deadline. And somewhere along the way I forgot what I was running toward. So lately I've been wondering, what if I don't need more? What if I just need less? Take me somewhere where nobody's impressed by who I know or what I've done. Somewhere where the days move slow and the evening sun is enough. I don't need a skyline, I don't need a headline. I just wanna hear myself think again. Take me somewhere before I forget who I've been. Last week I met an old friend, haven't seen him in years. We talked about the future like we used to when we were 21. Back then we thought success would feel like fireworks, like some movie scene where everything suddenly made sense. Instead it feels more like answering emails at midnight, trying to remember passwords and wondering where the time went. Funny how the things we wanted keep changing shape the older we get. Take me somewhere where nobody's impressed by who I know or what I've done. Somewhere where the days move slow and the evening sun is enough. I don't need a skyline, I don't need a headline. I just wanna hear myself think again. Take me somewhere before I forget who I've been. Maybe happiness isn't waiting at the finish line. Maybe it's hidden in all the moments we rush past. The coffee getting cold, the sound of the water, the friend who still calls, the silence sunset. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe that's life. Take me somewhere where I can finally breathe. Somewhere that doesn't ask anything from me. No competition, no expectations, no race I have to win. Just mountains, this morning light, just a version of myself I haven't seen in a while. Take me somewhere where I can start again. There's a place I keep inventing in my head, and maybe one day I'll stop dreaming about it and finally go.